Hey, it's Coach Pryor here at the Pryor Baseball Farm, and we're getting into our 8th warm-up drill. Yeah, 8th warm-up drill. Again, all your warm-ups are going to take you probably a good 10, 15 minutes, and probably more 15 minutes, okay, to go through them correctly, work on them, get your reps in. Remember, 10 of every drill to get warmed up. This next drill is called the high five, and we're working on really getting good extension through the ball with our back arm, and we're extending through the ball. There are some variations to this drill with our paddle drill, tennis racket drills. There's a lot of one-arm drills. So there are some other drills that we can do, and we may modify depending on the player and their age and their capabilities. But most kids can usually figure this drill out pretty quickly with a little bit of practice. But this is the high five drill. Now, the placement of the hands on your bat, you're going to actually choke up on the handle. You're going to place your hand right like this, so you have like a high five right to the bat. So you just high five the bat. We're going to be in our stance, and when we actually come through and we swing, we're going to throw our hands through the ball and release and come into full turn. So the idea is that we're not keeping our hands connected. We're literally throwing the barrel through the ball, and that's the key to this drill. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Remember, we're going to measure up to your plate. Make sure you're in a good spot. Again, you can do this drill where I don't step, so line your foot up with the tee. If I'm going to step, back off to the corner right here, so when I step, I'm in line with the tee. The only other part with this drill, like the other warm-up tee drills, we start and we do everything at our waist. With the high five drill, we're going to use a high tee. So that means we're going to go up over our belt. We don't need to be up here at our neck. We just want to go up over our belt line just a little bit to really work on those hands not dipping or dropping or pushing through the ball. Put our ball on again the right way with the seams right here so we can hit right through the seams. And we're going to get set up. So I'm going to go ahead and take a step for this next drill. So I'm going to set up in my high five. I'm going to choke up. Got my hand, I'm going to place it right here, so I'm in my high five. And all we're going to do here is we're going to step. And then from here, I'm just going to go through the ball and push through the ball and finish. That was kind of a slow motion. Now you can do it slow motion with kids, kind of like a T-tap, so you're doing a high five with a T-tap. There's nothing wrong with that. It's what we call blending here at the farm. We blend different exercises to kind of get kids moving down the path. Sometimes we want to blend it because it helps the player. So it's kind of really important to understand that you have these drills, but it's not a one-size-fits-all. The coaches will kind of duck and dive based on what they see and what they need to do. What one kid's capable of doing, another kid might not be able. So we'll flip the drill to something else. But here's what it'll kind of look like full speed. So I've measured up. I've got my grip. I've got my high five. I'm going to be here. Okay, I'm going to take my step, boom, and then I'm just going to throw the barrel through the ball. So once again, back this thing up here. Okay, so I'm set up right here. I'm going to step, and I'm just going to throw my hands through the ball. And we just want to, again, we want to try to drive that ball right back up the middle. Now the first ball, I kind of hit down on it, got a little bit of a ground ball. The second ball was nice. It was clean, right up the middle, line drive, and that's what we're shooting for. We don't want, again, to hook the ball left or right. If we are, there's some different disconnects that are happening within the swing. So you might go back to a high five T-tap and have them kind of throw it at the last minute so they get that motion. And again, we're finishing with full turn. So if kids aren't turning their shoelaces and getting their back shoulder all the way around, you just remind them, hey, full turn, full turn. And they understand that because they do that for their warm-up. And what I do sometimes, if a kid's not doing it, turning his shoulder or turning his shoelaces, rather than sit there and say shoelaces, shoelaces all day, we just go over to the side and I have them do 100 full turns. Now, yeah, that's boring and the kid's not going to enjoy it. But guess what? They're going to pay attention, they're going to focus, and now when we do this drill, they'll get it done, they'll get their 10 reps, they'll do it good, and we'll move on to the next thing because that's what we want to do. We will not move to the next thing until we accomplish the first thing, and that's whatever we're doing in the present moment. And we accomplish that task first, then we move to the next task. Again, I'm Coach Pryor here at the Pryor Baseball Farm, and get her done.